I live pretty close to my work. I hate my job. I walk to work. It's easy. I walk to the gym. I walk to eat, to buy booze, clear my thoughts, shed some light on the ever-darkening void of consciousness, stuff like that. It's always the same. Well, not always. Always would mean I wouldn't have a story to tell. There are palm trees in front of my apartment. I don't live by the beach. My neighbors have Christmas lights with little mini red cups encasing each colored bulb, nominated Parents of the Year. The trees lift the sidewalk squares, a wheelchair's nightmare. I walk. A young man with a couple nicks on his face walks by with his black Labrador. We exchange the nod that means I won't try to kill you. I'm going to the gym. I walk. I've never gone to this store before. It's purple and pink and has crystals in the window and Buddha staring out of blank stone eyes. Amethyst moon. I walk in. There's a lot of incense. My mother always told me the only reason for incense is to cover up pot smoke. She also told me she had a lot of incense when she was younger. So did my brother. I never had incense. Maybe I should get some. Hello, friend. How are you today? I never liked when people said friend like that. Doing well. How are you? Her charcoal Wiccan bodhisattva eyes see my past through my soul, and she says, "The stars are healthy tonight." That's excellent. I heard Orion had been recovering from a venereal disease. She laughs a first grade teacher's laugh, agonizing how pretty it is, long black witch's hair, sage rushing my nostrils. Would you like a free tarot reading today? Her teeth, a white crescent moon between her red lips. Sure. She walks to the back and spreads the doorway of beads. A small round table covered in red silk is in the center of the small room. 2 pillows sit across each other. Please, sit. Her thin hands gesture to the pillow, much too small for my ass. Sure. She adjusts her hands and hair and face. Have you had a tarot reading before? No. She sets a large red deck of cards on the table. I will do a simple reading. 3 cards, only using the major arcana, past, present, and future. Okay. She shuffles the deck delicately, each card a fine sliver of silver to her. Her hands dance across the table. She pulls the top card off and places it on the silk. The Fool. A little insulting, I say. No, we all start as the Fool. He is point 0. The Fool is the beginning of our journey, where we first understand the task set before us. And what task is that? Let's see. She pulls the next card off the top and places it next to the Fool. Ah, the Magician, very interesting. Why's that, I say. The Magician takes the Fool and transforms him under will. The Magician is valued at 1. He changes 0 into 1. You're currently going through a transformation. Always, I say. Not like this you aren't. You're changing how you think about yourself and those around you. The Magician knows what it wants to transform, be it himself or something else. All right so far? Yes, now this is the big one, future. Her breath hanging onto the word longer than necessary, her smile beautiful and widening. She turns the next card and places it next to the Magician. Death, her eyes stand into mine. That seems a safe bet. Death is the greatest transformation, entering into the great unknown. Sounds exciting. It will be. This is a very strong tarot reading. There's great change in your future. You won't be ready for it. Not change like this. I look at the cards. 2 men standing in yellow and a knight on a horse. Well, thank you for the reading. I'm off to the gym. I stand. She sits. Good luck, she says. Thanks. I walk past a 4-foot-tall Buddha and a few pink floating fairies. The sage punctures my nostrils. The bells on the door clank as it shuts. A car almost hits me. I smile and hurry past it. I stand at the stoplight and look at the bulbs wrapped around the tree. Barbed wire lights on the tips. The steel pole tells me to walk. Whenever I walk across an intersection, I feel like I'm walking through the middle of a Broadway play. All eyes on me. Combustion engine exhaust envelops. I walk across the trolley tracks. Next to the trolley tracks sit 8 train cars on a short length of rusted iron. Burnt orange and weak gold banana peel yellow cream over them. Thomas the Train's retirement home. I walk alongside the cars to lead one. A fence circles the hulk. The steam locomotive is black. The back door is open. I look to my left and right and behind me a few times. I jump the fence and enter. I'm much too tall to have been a conductor. A hunchback walking through a train next to the trolley station. I get to the front. Levers, pulleys, wheels, and dials all around a black pole mouth. I sit and look. I spin one wheel. The dial needle moves. I turn another. Steam loosens from a pipe. I look through the window. Nobody looks toward me. I turn the rest of the wheels and move the levers. I've seen a Western or two. The engine starts. I don't know how. There's no coal, but it's running. People move to the fence. The engine pumps an empty furnace. No smoke rises from the top. It grows louder. Thumping and beating and roaring, it starts to crawl forward. Thousands of pounds of steel with only 4 feet of track in front. Inches increase to feet. The front steel wheels off the track onto the grass. The grill knocks over the fence. I hold on to the cast iron. The thud of the engine grows, pulsating my skull. It stops. Deafening, well-deserved silence. My eardrums ache. I look out the window and see the train 10 feet forward on the dirt with a small crowd looking. I open the iron door and jump out. I run 3 blocks to an alley, everyone staring. I look back and see a police car's neon lights flashing against the black hole. What are you running from? A man in a gray suit sitting on a bus bench. My hands on my knees, my lungs reaching for breath. Nothing, breath. A train, breath, crashed. That's all that noise was? The train's been sitting there a long time, you know. His black tie brightening his eyes. Finally filling my lungs. I know, but it ran. Ran without coal or steam or anything. Ran off the tracks. That's awfully strange. That defies logic, he said. Yeah, I know it does. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. He smiles. Well, what are you going to do? About what? He has a kind face, bright teeth and healthy skin. About the fact that you just made a 100-year-old train run off the tracks with no coal. I don't know. Well, you must say it does change things. You can't just go back and living your normal life. Why not, I ask. This can't be the first time something like this has happened. We now live in a magical world where the possibilities are indeed endless. Yeah, I guess you're right. Of course I'm right. Were you planning to go to work tomorrow and forget about it? How could you? You'll think of this day the rest of your life. He stood up. I stepped back. But really, this is so obvious. What is? You must find out how this happened. His eyes widening. Okay, I will. You bet your ass you will. I'm too old to. He brushed his coat flat and buttoned the top button. Where do I look exactly? I asked. I don't know. Thanks. Go see a clairvoyant or fortune teller or something. I laughed. He smiled. He walked away. I look down the street and see the crowd dissipating, the neon lights still strobing. I walk a block south and cut back towards the gym, the concrete gray beneath my shoes. Village Gym reads white on red brick. Made it. Thanks.